Hey, now we're talking to Gabriel of RSK, and we're here in Thailand, and you said you were just doing a hackathon here up in Chiang Mai last week. Can you tell us about that?
Yes, we're super excited. We just finished this weekend hackathon here in Bangkok, but the winners were from Chiang Mai, and they came up with a brilliant idea that I'm super excited about. It's a bridge between the Lightning Network and RSK, so that will make very easy for people with tokens on the Lightning Network to acquire BTC or smart bitcoins, and then run their decentralized applications or smart contracts on RSK secured by the Bitcoin network. So very exciting.
Did they seriously just come up with that idea at a hackathon, or did they come with that prepared?
As crazy as it sounds, they've been working for 48 hours. I think they slept 2 or 3 hours only. And they ended the hackathon with a working product. Now we need to audit it and just tweak a little bit the front end to make it easier for users to use, but it's up and running. We saw it live and it's amazing.
Cool, and I think a lot of people are familiar with what RSK is doing, but just in case they're not, can you give us a little bit of background on what RBTC is and the kind of token it is, that kind of thing?
Yes, absolutely. So RSK is just a combination of the best technologies that we have in the space. So it's the security of the Bitcoin network and the security of the Bitcoin infrastructure and the Bitcoin token with the flexibility of smart contracts on Solidity. So RSK is a fork of Ethereum J implemented as a sidechain of Bitcoin. So instead of using Ether, we use smart Bitcoin or RBTC, which has a one-to-one peg to Bitcoin. So for that reason, the whole Bitcoin ecosystem is so excited about RSK because it could potentially bring all the value of smart contracts to the Bitcoin network. And at the same time, RSK is secure by Bitcoin ASIC miners. So any miner or any mining pool can integrate seamlessly with RSK and get fees from smart contract execution at zero additional cost for the miners. So it's a no-brainer for every miner mining Bitcoin also to integrate with RSK and put that energy consumption and hashing power also at the service of securing tokens and smart contracts.
Do you refer to the RSK network as a sidechain, or is it something else?
So the sidechain is the more common name used. The actual implementation will be a drive chain, which is more simple and only needs a soft fork to be implemented. We presented the Bitcoin improvement proposal that is required to implement the drive chain to Bitcoin Core 2 years ago. So we are waiting for them to implement it. And what's exciting also is that there are many Bitcoin-like protocols that also want to implement the drive chain. So Dash and Litecoin are also interested in implementing this. So I think it's going to be interesting because in the same way that happened with SegWit, we can test this technology and implement it on other smaller blockchains first and see how it goes, and then get it implemented on the Bitcoin blockchain.
Cool. Did you have any plans for the Bitcoin Cash blockchain as well? I thought I heard something about that a while ago.
Yes, so we are open to any open source protocol that is competing based on decentralization, security, and innovation. Of course, we always support projects, especially that take care of the users and put the users first. But we've been in conversations with the Bitcoin Cash team as well. They also wanted to implement the drive chain, and I think it's fair. I mean, our technology is open source and everyone can use it. Then the politics and when you put the egos before the users, that's another issue. But hopefully, that will get solved in the near future. And yeah, of course, we're also open to any Bitcoin-like blockchain protocol to be implemented on RSK. You can get, a smart Bitcoin Cash, smart Dash, smart Litecoin. Anyone can use the platform, and we believe that the more platforms that are integrated, the more anti-fragile the whole ecosystem will become.
Excellent. All right. Well, where can people find out more about RSK?
So the RSK website is rsk.co. We recently launched a week ago the ReefOS ecosystem, which is a set of infrastructure services that will be launched on top of RSK. The first one is the directory service that will allow people to use an alias and get their public address identified as an alias, which is extremely important for unbanked and people that are using the financial system for the first time through blockchain, not to be required to deal with complex public keys. And then we're going to have hopefully decentralized storage, secure communication channels, Lumino, which is the off-chain payment channel of RSK. So it's the third layer solution that will allow RSK and Bitcoin to scale up to 20,000 transactions per second. So all that is part of the ReefOS ecosystem, and you can find that information on reefos.org.
Excellent. All right. Thanks a lot, Gabriel. Nice to speak to you.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here in Thailand, and we see a lot of potential in the local community. So really looking forward to see more developers and more solutions running on RSK coming from Thailand. Thank you very much.